Welcome to Kumbasoft DPAA tutorials. This tutorial is one of two in the CLI Administration videos. This really is about scripting within DPAA against the CLI. So I started DPAA, I have a couple of appliances selected, and I had my default domain selected, though that doesn't really matter at this point. To get to the CLI screen, what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the Administration tab, and then we're going to go down and select the CLI tab. And we're going to have a screen here in the first video that simple usage of CLI explains the rest of the screen, but we will have two tabs or a tab here for every appliance you have selected as you work through the tool. Now, we can enter any commands we want here, and we have a hamburger menu that allows us to execute commands. Whenever you execute a command and you're currently not connected to the appliances, then it will connect to the appliances for you. When it comes to scripting, however, you may not want certain information displayed in the output in the script, which we'll cover a little bit later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the hamburger menu, and I'm just going to select the talk command. And what's going to happen is it's just going to force DPAA to go and connect to the appliances. And you may not want necessarily IBM to see or log in and some other information that's going on in there. And so you may want to clear that out. And the hamburger menu allows you to clear that out, so I can clear the CLI screens here and just get back to a wall prompt. As I run different commands from this area, so if I show, say, CPU, and then I go and show the clock, and then I go show memory, whatever we're doing, as we need to. And of course, this is being sent to each appliance. One thing that's happening is DPAA is going over here and writing a script for you. Then you could later save. So that's very convenient for you when you want to have a script and you have something like a Must Gather that you're being asked to type. So you can type those commands in. But sometimes the standards for the Must Gather are always the same. And so we have the ability to save these scripts and do different things. So we have the ability to say this script here and then pull it up and run it later. We also have the ability to just run the script right here, and this is the ability to open a script that's saved. And when we start talking about a Must Gather that we have for IBM, there are two simulated commands that DPAA supports that DataPower does not. The first is a echo command. So when you have echo and you type echo, when you follow with any string, what's going to happen when you execute that, and I'm just going to do it this way, I can hit the enter key, but when you make it go, what's going to happen is it's going to put that string you may output of what you're typing past the echo command. So that's the first simulated command that DataPower does not support, but DPAA supports for you. Another command that can be useful, especially if you're writing scripts and you may need to cause a delay, is a sleep command. So the sleep command is followed by a number of milliseconds. So if I sleep for 1,000 or I sleep, let's make it very clear, 5,000. And then again, I hit enter or I click the button over to the right. And we're going to see it's going to sleep for 5 seconds. So it can be 5 seconds before you see the prompt come back or on the two different screens. And it executes these on both. But keep in mind, these two things are not happening on DataPower itself. They're happening as a simulation from DPAA to DataPower. So it appears as though it's happening in DataPower, but it's not. So that's very convenient for you. So one of the other neat things that we can do, or you might want to be aware of it, is we're going to go ahead and clear these screens again. And then what I'm going to do is this is editable, so I can type into here. So what I've done is, prior to making this video, I copied a CLI script into my clipboard, and I'm going to paste it here. So we have some echoes and some sleep, and let's suppose this is a Must Gather that IBM expects you to have. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and I can, this will be my script, the CLI. And by default, DPAA puts these in a directory called CLI scripts directory, which is located underneath the DPAA installation. When you first start, it creates that directory. So I'm going to say that. Now I'm going to clear this out and just show you I could open that script. So when I select open, by default it goes from the CLI. There's the script I just saved. If I select open, there's the script. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it. So I'm going to select run. You're going to see this going to echo. It's going to show memory. Then it's going to sleep for 3 seconds. And then we're going to echo something else. And then we're going to show CPU and then sleep and so on and so forth all the way down to an exit. So we're going to go through that. So here knows the run, and you know me, I will see this on both appliances. It's showing memory. So you can see it happening there. Then it's sleeping for 3 seconds, and then it's back. It's showing CPU. It's sleeping for 3 more seconds, and then it's showing the version, and then you can see that going on. And then it's going to sleep for 3 seconds, and then it's going to execute the exit. And one more really neat thing in this tool is the ability to take the content of the output above these scripts and paste them into an email or into the case that you have with IBM. So there's under the hamburger menu, you're going to find the copy CLI output function. And when you select that and then bring in, say, an email or a text editor like I have here, and I paste, I'm going to Control-V, what you're going to see here is you're going to see a really neat little thing. So see how it gives you the name of the appliance that you have selected. There's my selected appliance. And then it shows you that go commands and everything that happened during that session with that appliance. And you scroll down and you scroll down, and then you see, here's the other appliance. And if you had 10 appliances, you could keep scrolling and see the output in each appliance as it goes through. Now, you may be debugging 1 appliance, but you may be debugging 5, and you may be able to send the Must Gather for all of them out there. In this particular case, you can see that you get all the information you need. For example, this appliance, the first one is a 10.6, where the second one is a 10.5, and that may be the nature of the problem that you have. So that's very convenient for you to be able to paste that information straight into there, right into your case, or right into an email that IBM, so you can get that information out. And of course, it ends, my last statement was an exit at the top, so we got a goodbye, we're not connected anymore, and that's the end of the session. That's all for this video. Get any more information when we go through down the tutorials, go out to www.kumbasoft.com. There's a features and tutorials section in there that gives you all the features and tutorials you need to see for this product, which is some 100 and something videos, so it's a very large product. You also want to subscribe to our channel so you can get all the information you need for the DPAA tool, and you'll also get what's new videos. So anytime we release a new feature or any time we release an updated feature or a large enhancement for which we feel a video is necessary, we'll also release that. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.